Happy Friday Eve. We got some day baseball to talk about. Let's get into it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk some more baseball, baby. What's better than that? Only a 7-game slate on Thursday, but it's day baseball. That's right. We get to watch baseball from the beginning to the end of the day. There is just absolutely nothing better than that. But you know what's not great is we had another tie in the Dinger Tuesday contest. I told you to not to tie, and you did. You just did not listen. But either way, we're running it back. You two know who you are. Slickwell, A Sims. Put 3 guys down below in the comments. The most combined total bases wins. I'm not going to make anything else up. We're just going to run it back. And next week for Dinger Tuesday, we may have to have something else to hit the tiebreaker early. But that's what we're doing. So good luck to you guys. No odds, of course, just the same, not the same 3 guys, but just pick 3 players, total bases. That's what we got. So I'm ready to get into a quick reminder. Go check out that NBA video. We did take it off for Wednesday. Had no bets. Thank goodness. The NBA is bizarre right now, but 9-4 run. We're going to get into it for the Thursday slate of games. And also a quick reminder, Discord link is below. It's completely free. I'm not charging for Discord or anything like that. It's free. Almost 3,000 people in it. We talk sports every day. It's a lot of fun, so go join it. But let's get into it, and it starts, as always, with the baseball fun fact. So here we go. This is a recent one. Some of you guys may have already heard it, may already know it. Steven Strasburg, you guys know him. He was the phenom, the electric starting pitcher who ended up retiring just a couple days ago because he just couldn't come back from his injuries. But he signed a 5-year, $245 million deal in 2021. He only threw 528 pitches since he signed that contract. He is going to get every dime of that contract. He threw 528 pitches to make $245 million. He made about $475,000 per pitch. Every time he released the ball, $475,000. Absolutely insane. He's going to defer it. It's going to be like some Bobby Bonilla deal where he just gets paid until he's like 100. But either way, good for him, I guess. It's a bummer he got hurt and couldn't play, but that was just wild to me. So anyways, we're going to recap yesterday in this video. Then we're going to go over all the research help, the good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report. And then, of course, we finish it with the best bets and the bets recap. I may introduce our first time for this season, at least, the aces of bases. Talk the leaders in total bases in the last week. It might be on Friday, it might be early next week. We'll figure that out. But anyways, hit that like button, leave a comment below like you guys have been doing. We are now less than 100 away from 23,000 subscribers. That is because of all you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Every comment and every like is a reason why this channel is growing. So we appreciate it. Thank you. But let's get into the baseball talk. And that starts with the recap. All right, there it is. The bets recap from yesterday. And this first bet was bad. It just was flat out bad. He looked like he did in the second start. And you know what? That's my fault. Just a bad read. I thought he could K7 Twins players, but he just didn't come out looking good. Walking guys, giving up a ton of hits. He ended with 4 and got yanked early, so that's my fault. Rangers half a run in the first 5 innings. I absolutely loved that bet when I gave it out. I should have put a unit and a half on it. Obviously, woulda, coulda, shoulda after. But either way, we got to win. They were up 6-1, and then the Nerfy keeps rolling. I don't get it. We are 5-0 on Nerfies. It's the least researched bet that I give out, and it does the best. You know, go figure. Maybe I just need to stop looking into the research. But number 4, Zach Littell under 1.5 walks. Cease under 8.5. Cease went under. Guys, Zach Littell has never walked over one guy in 14 starts last season. Okay? He never walks players. I was at the zoo. I said, oh, his game just started. Let me just check the stats real quick. First inning, 3 walks. You can't even make that up. Like, I don't even understand. And guess what? He never walked another guy the rest of the game. He just came out, and he was not ready to pitch to start the game. He just wasn't ready. That's just flat out. Was not. He needed to warm up a little bit longer. I don't get it. It was just one terrible inning to start the game, and that's why we lost. But either way, it was a really, really fast loss because it was in the first inning. And then Ozzie Albies, Spencer Steer. This one just kind of sucked from the beginning because Albies didn't play. The game got postponed. Spencer Steer's game got delayed like 2 or 3 hours. Whenever that happens, you never know what's going to happen. And sure enough, he went 0 for 4. Not saying that's the reason, but we could have had a chance at a small win at least. But either way, that was a loss. So That's what we got. Record is just, it's going to get better. I know it will. It'll turn around. We won units last year, but it's got to do it soon because I want to sweep. I'm dying for some good days and a good roll here. So we started out hot, but that is long gone. So let's bounce back today. But before we get into those best bets, let's talk the good hitter matchups. All right, only 7 games, which means we only have 5 good hitter matchups for this one. And the first 2 are just from yesterday because they're facing the same pitcher. Marcelo Zuna and Ozzy Albies just absolutely crushing Jose Quintana, and he is going to be on the mound again. We don't need to go over that. Christian Yelich, who I think hit another bomb, just hitting the ball well right now. 3 for 10 versus Nick Martinez, all singles. And then Carlos Santana, not the unbelievable guitarist and Smooth, by the way, great song. But 3 for 10, all singles versus Tariq Skubal. If you want to take a hit prop versus Skubal, you got some guts, that's for sure. And then Jonah Heim of the Rangers, 3 for 10, 2 extra base hits, and a home run versus the lefty JP Sear. So those are the best hitter matchups. Obviously, a small little one, but hopefully it can still help you get a winner. Now, let's talk some arms. All right, here we go. We got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups, and the first 2 are in the same game. We got Tariq Skubal versus those Twins again. Twins 5th highest K percentage versus lefties last year at 25.2%. Skubal 102 Ks and 80.1 innings last year. And then some notes so you guys know how he's done this year. 6 and 9 strikeouts versus the White Sox and the Oakland A's. Next one on the other side of the hill, Pablo Lopez versus those Tigers. Tigers 6th highest K percentage versus righties last year at 24.7%. And then Pablo Escobar Lopez, 234 Ks in 194 innings last year. So far this season, 7 and 2 strikeouts versus the Royals and the Guardians. Obviously, the 2 versus the Guardians is not a huge shocker. They do hit him well, and they don't strike out a lot. So, and then the last one, Freddie Peralta versus those Cincinnati Reds. Reds 7th highest K percentage versus righties last year at 24.5%. And then Peralta, 210 strikeouts and 165.2 innings, just electric, striking people out last year. And so far this year, he has 8 Ks and 7 Ks versus the Mets and those Seattle Mariners who love to strike out. That is their job. But anyways, those are the 3 best pitcher strikeout matchups. Depending where the odds drop and everything, hopefully these can kind of help get you a winner. So anyways, now it's time for the pitcher report. All right, we only got 1 page for the pitcher report today. If you are new to the channel, we'd like to give you all the info for every single matchup. On the bottom is the average numbers, and we are still using 2023. It's a much larger sample size, but pretty soon we will use 24 numbers. Like I mentioned earlier, the best pitching matchup of the day, not even close. Pablo Lopez versus Tariq Skubal. You can see those numbers, 2 high strikeout guys, 2 low ERA guys for the most part. You know, Lopez was up to 3.66, but it's going to be a great matchup. So that'll be a fun one to watch if you like pitching. And then if you don't like pitching, maybe watch the Mets in Atlanta. That might not be a bad one to watch. Yeah, Quintana now moves as they play the early game after getting postponed yesterday. They're still only playing 1 game. They got it rescheduled to September, I believe, actually. And then we got the youngster, the rookie, Jared Jones of the Pittsburgh Pirates. No stats as of last year. You can check it out, what he's done this year, facing the veteran Ranger Suarez of the Phillies. And that bottom one. So you look at those numbers and you think, you know, they're okay, whatever. Grayson Rodriguez, if you don't know baseball, but Grayson Rodriguez, this is his 2nd year in the MLB, top prospect. He is a stud pitcher. He looked really good the second half of last year. He's looked really good the beginning of this year. We will talk about this game later. And Garrett Whitlock, I mean, he's looked really good, guys. He's got under a 1 ERA so far this year. So just wanted to point that out. Obviously, small sample size, only a few starts, but they both look really good to start this year as you look at those numbers from last year. So anyways, those are all the numbers, all the walk percentages, hits per 9. Hopefully, I don't know how you guys use it exactly, but I think this can be a really good help. Just start with your bets and figure out if you want to bet walk props, K props, all that kind of stuff. So that is the pitcher report for April 11th. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Go click that link below and check it out. Now, we are going to take you down to Nerfy Town to start it out. That's right. Can we make it 6 in a row? We are going to the Baltimore Orioles at the Red Sox. Orioles on the money line, -122. Red Sox +102. Total in this game is 8.5 runs. Blah, blah, blah. It's Nerfy time in this game. Baltimore, Boston as the best bet. -120 on DraftKings. So 5 in a row. I know it's not going to last forever, but let's just see if we can make it work. We got Grayson Rodriguez versus Garrett Whitlock. We just talked about it a little bit. Real quick, Grayson Rodriguez, how about 18 straight starts without giving up a first inning run? That's right. I literally checked that up myself, manually researched it. And he has not given up one in 18 starts straight starts. And I knocked on wood, so we're good. He has a 2.19 ERA so far in 2 starts, only 3 earned runs given up total in the 12.1 innings. He knows how to miss bats, like I talked about earlier, and he's going to be facing the top of this Red Sox order, obviously in the first inning. Devers is Devers. He can hit a home run or do whatever he does, but he's off to a slow start. He's hitting under 200 right now. The one guy I'm probably worried about the most is Tyler O'Neill. He's been hitting some bombs and looking good there at the top of the Red Sox order, but I trust Grayson Rodriguez to make it 19 straight. He's just looked really good. He's tough to hit. So give me Grayson on that side, and then Garrett Whitlock on the other side. He's looked nasty. I'm not going to lie. He has a .96 ERA, 9.1 innings with 12 strikeouts, so he's going to miss some bats also. So we got 2 good strikeout pitchers. He's only allowed 7 hits in those 9.1 innings. Again, small sample size, I get it, but this is all we're working on right now. This is probably the bigger worry, in my opinion, with Garrett Whitlock facing the O's top of the order. But if we go through the top 3 hitters, Gunnar Henderson hitting .233 this year, off to a slow start, the rookie of the year last year. And then Adley Rutschman, .279 average, 1 for 5 off Whitlock in his career. Obviously, Adley is a stud too, but he's not exactly crushing the ball. And Anthony Santander only hitting .213. He's 2 for 8, does have a bomb off Whitlock with being 2 for 8. So obviously these guys can hit a bomb. We know that. One solo bomb and it's gone, but I'm going to take my chances. I like the pitchers. I think they're in better form than the top of these orders right now. And I'm getting some decent odds. The obvious nerfy of the day would be that Tigers Twins, but it was like minus 160. There's just no way you should put a nerfy up at that odds. So anyways, give me 6 up, 6 down, and let's see if we can move to 6-0 on the nerfies. And that is my first best bet. All right, this second bet is a hitter parlay. Give me Marcell Ozuna and William Contreras, 1+ hit each at minus 108 on FanDuel. Let's start out with Mr. Marcell Ozuna. You guys already know we won a bet with him earlier, or we didn't win. He cashed his part, but the other guy did not. But he is on absolute fire right now, and you already saw in the hitter matchups, he has an unbelievable matchup. He's hitting .318 on the season on a 9-game hitting streak, knock on wood. He better not end that streak today, that's for sure. He hits much better at home, like we talked about when we bet him last time. .301 at home last year compared to .244 on the road. He hits lefties a little better than righties, but man, does he hit Jose Quintana. As you saw, 10 for 22 with 3 extra base hits. I'm pretty sure Quintana has nightmares about Ozuna. I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe the whole Braves lineup. So I also like Ozuna over 1.5 bases, like a sprinkle on his home run. Last time I said that, he hit an absolute bomb. We'll see if he does it again, but I just need 1 hit from Marcell Ozuna. Make it a 10-game hitting streak. Second one, William Contreras. He is on the Brewers. If you do not know that, you saw him on the Hitters on Fire list on Wednesday. He's on an absolute tear, hitting .375 overall this season. He is on a 7-game hitting streak. That's right. We're taking 2 guys on a 9-game and a 7-game hitting streak. He has 1+ hit in 8 of 10 games this year. He is 10 for his last 21, guys. That is just absolutely unbelievable. And now he's facing Nick Martinez. He has already given up 14 hits in 10 innings. He's a very hittable pitcher, obviously. Nothing special there. I'm going to ride the hot bat for both of these guys. Give me Ozuna, give me Contreras to each get 1 hit as my second best bet. And let's move to the final bet. All right, before we get to that final bet, I got to let you know of an incredible promo with Bet365. You have 2 options. First bet safety net up to $1,000. You can place your first cash bet up to $1,000, and if the bet loses, you will have your wager refunded in bonus bets, or you can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. It's an absolutely incredible deal. If you live in a legal state, all you have to do is go to the description, click the link for Bet365, sign up, only takes a couple minutes, and take advantage of one of these incredible promotions while they still have it. So that's Bet365, but of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, on to the final bet. All right, the third and final game takes us out to Texas. We got the Rangers hosting the Oakland A's. Rangers money line minus 180, A's money line plus 150 with a total of 9.5 runs. You probably have somewhat of an idea where I'm going based on a few of my bets on the Rangers already, but give me the Rangers team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings again, minus 125 on DraftKings. So we're going to ride the hot bats of the Rangers. If you do not get a team total in the first 5 innings, if you can get a 4.5 team total, even if it's a little juiced, I don't mind that either. But I just think they tear the cover off the ball. So Rangers are crushing pitchers right now, especially lefties. Small sample size this season, but they're the number 2 team in WRC plus, number 4 OPS, number 3 batting average, number 3 on base percentage. You get it. They are good. Last season, let's just see if that was a fluke. How about the 5th best WRC plus versus lefties? Number 4 OPS, second highest walk rate, and the second highest on base percentage. This team is good against lefties. They're absolutely loaded. They got guys who can hit lefties up and down the lineup. They can hit righties or lefties, to be honest with you. But now they get to face the lefty JP Sears. In 2 starts this season, how about this? 3.2 innings. He gave up 6 hits and 5 earned runs versus the Cleveland Guardians. And then 5.2 innings, he gave up 6 hits again, 4 earned runs versus the Detroit Tigers. And one thing you like to see when you're on the Rangers side, JP Sears only has 1 strikeout in both of those starts, not missing many bats, not looking good so far to start the year. I thought he would be a little bit better this year, but so far not so good. And now I don't see him improving all of a sudden against the Texas Rangers. If the Guardians and the Tigers can combine for 9 earned runs off of him in only like 9 innings, I think the Rangers can get 3 runs in the first 5. So if you look at JP Sears, the pitching props, and you look at his earned runs allowed, it's at 3.5. So this is a nice little discount. It's at plus money, but it's still set at 3.5. So the books are saying it's going to be right in that 3 to 4 range. And I'm going to go to this team total. It's a nice little way to compare and try to get value. So give me the Rangers team total over 2.5. I don't really love them as much to have the on the run line after the first 5, which means to be ahead after the first 5, because I don't trust John Gray yet. They should be ahead, but I just don't trust John Gray. I just want to isolate it and pick the Rangers bats. So give me the first 5 team total over 2.5 as my third and final best bet. And that's what we got for the show. Let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. First up, the Nerfie between the Orioles and the Red Sox, minus 120 on DraftKings. Can we make it 6 Nerfies in a row? And then Marcell Ozuna and William Contreras, 1+ hit each at minus 108 on FanDuel. And then finish it up with the Rangers team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. I want a sweep. We need a 3-0 sweep. Let's get back on track. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And hit that like button if you haven't already. But also, reminder, the NBA Best Bets video is already out, so go check that out as well. But thanks for the support. Hope you have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.